They can fault me on it too.
Don't blame me on mine.
That's not good. Fence block this building, but it's a one-way street.
Well, I have people that like this.
But they did another one too on my street, down the street. They called me angry. I get this way, he's just gonna move it. He did not say nice stuff. Turning, it's a one way. Following it up as he hit towards the middle. Right.
You know what? No. We will now call the meeting to order for our six time courtesy for roll.
Forrest. Douglas.
Here.
Hubbard.
Here.
Rodriguez.
Here.
Singh. Here. Rodriguez. Stevens.
Here.
Here.
Hooper.
Here.
Smith.
Here.
Nelson. Murphy.
Present.
Grant.
Here.
Santana.
Here.
Miller.
Here.
Dempsey.
Here.
Westfall.
Present.
Hamza.
Here.
Cole. Here. Edwards.
Here.
Black.
Here.
Present. Anderson.
Here.
Myers. Here. Hamilton.
Present.
McCoy.
Here.
Marks.
Here.
Burlow.
Here.
Hogan.
Here.
Engage.
Present.
Smith.
A quorum has been established, we will now have divine guidance from order from Board 20.
Thank you, Madam President. You may all be seated. Good evening, members of the Board of Alders. As we gather tonight, let us take a moment to reflect on the incredible responsibility you each bear in serving our vibrant community. Your dedication, hard work, and commitment do not go unnoticed. In the face of challenges, it is your perseverance and passion that uplift our city, making it a better place for all. Remember that each decision you make has the power to impact lives, and your efforts are woven into the tapestry of our community's future. As you continue your work, I encourage you to hold on to the vision of a thriving New Haven. Let the love and compassion you show in your service inspire and empower those around you. Together, we are building not just policies, but a legacy of hope and progress. Do not be weary, and you're doing good. For at the proper time, we will reap a harvest if we do not give up. Galatians 6:9. May you find strength and inspiration in your mission, and may your contributions continue to shine brightly for all to see. Thank you for all your service to the entire New Haven community. Thank you.
Good evening, Madam President. Thank you. I move approval of the journal of the May 5th, 2015 Board of Alders meeting.
Second.
The item has been moved and seconded. Are there any corrections to the journal? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Please think the item passes.
Thank you, Madam President. On unanimous consent, I ask you see items number 1 and 2 from the tax collector, 1 from the tax collector submitting an order concerning tax refunds May 19, 2025, and 2 from the tax collector submitting an order concerning tax refunds May 27, 2025.
Is there anyone going to utilize this consent, seeing none, Mrs. Williams?
I move these items.
Second.
The items have been moved and second. Discussion, seeing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, any abstentions, item passes. Majority leader.
Thank you, Madam President. I ask unanimous consent, item number 3 from the Director of Emergency Management, submitting an order of the Board of Alders of the City of New Haven, authorizing the mayor of the City of New Haven to apply for and accept an award from the FEMA Emergency Management Performance Grant Program in the amount of $69,457.50 in federal funds for fiscal year 2024 through 2025, with permission to execute and, if necessary, modify all related documents, contracts, and other necessary instruments.
Is there anyone going to deny unanimous consent, seeing none, Mrs. Williams?
I move the item.
Second.
The item has been moved and second. Discussion, seeing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, any abstentions, item passes. Majority leader.
Thank you, Madam President. I ask unanimous consent, items number 4 through 7. 4 from Brian Arano, submitting an order to the Board of Alders concerning assistance with tax accounts numbers 80646, 52399, and 52221. 5 from Lawson, submitting an order to the Board of Alders for assistance with tax account numbers 88533, 78486, 78487, 79681, and 79571. 6 from Camille Scott Majahid, submitting an order to the Board of Alders concerning assistance with tax account number 96651. And 7 from Jeanette C. Zaletta, submitting an order to the Board of Alders concerning assistance with tax account number 107065.
Is there anyone going to deny unanimous consent, seeing none, Mrs. Williams?
I move these items.
Second.
The items have been moved and second. Discussion, I call on order from Ward 16.
Good evening, Madam President. These 4 constituents need some assistance with the interest. We're able to waive that. They're able to pay the taxes we owe. It'll bring the city a total of $1,785.25. I'm responding to approve these items. Thank you.
Any further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, any abstentions, item passes.
Thank you, Madam President. On communications, I ask that you would grant item number 10 a first reading. And I note for the record items 8, 9, 11, and 12. Under first readings, I note items 13, A through N. Under second readings, I note items 14, automatic affairs favorable. A, order of the New Haven Board of Alders approving the reappointment of Roy Gary to the City Planning Commission. B, order of the New Haven Board of Alders approving the appointment of Douglas Coffin to the Development Commission. C, order of the New Haven Board of Alders approving the reappointment of Andrew Orvici to the New Haven Parking Authority. D, order of the New Haven Board of Alders approving the reappointment of Larry Stewart to the New Haven Parking Authority. And E, order of the New Haven Board of Alders approving the appointment of Alder Adam Marshall to the Commission on Pilot and Revenue Lobbying.
Second.
The items have been moved and second. Discussion, I call on order from Ward 16.
Thank you, Madam President. On April 28, 2025, the committee met and we would like to favorably recommend these appointees. It encouraged my colleagues to vote favorably in support of these attendees, as all of them have shown much interest, especially our own Alder Marchand, who is going to be leading the commission on the pilot and revenue lobbying, which is very excited about attending and meeting every requirement that's allowed. Thank you.
Any further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions, item passes.
Thank you, Madam President. I move item 15, education favorable. Item A, order of the New Haven Board of Alders to read and file the resolution authorizing the superintendent of New Haven Public Schools to apply for and accept a non-priority grant from the Connecticut Department of Administrative Services Office of School Construction Grant Review, CT-DOS Oscar, for the replacement of the swimming pool at Hill Regional Career High School and to execute, acknowledge, implement, and deliver any and all documents considered necessary or appropriate in relation to this. B, order of the New Haven Board of Alders to read and file the resolution authorizing the superintendent of New Haven Public Schools to apply for and accept a non-priority grant from the Connecticut Department of Administrative Services Office of School Construction Grant Review, CT-DOS Oscar, for the replacement of the playground at John S. Martinez Magnet School and to execute, acknowledge, implement, and deliver any and all such documents considered necessary or appropriate in this regard.
Second.
The item has been moved in second discussion. I call on order from Ward 17.
Thank you, Madam President. On Wednesday, April 23rd, 2025, the Education Committee met, and we would like to recommend these items be read and filed. New Haven Public Schools no longer needs these grant requests to be heard by the Board of Alders, as they have found funding from additional sources for these items. I urge my colleagues to vote favorably to support this motion to read and file these items. Thank you, Madam President.
Any further discussion on read and file only? Seeing none, all in favor of reading these items, read and file, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Consent the items are read and filed.
Thank you, Madam President. I move item 16, City Services and Environmental Policy, favorable. We're passing over A. I'm moving items B through F. B, order of the New Haven Board of Alders approving the designation of residential parking zone on First Street between Fort Hale Road and Hall Street. I'll move the others after this vote.
Second.
The item has been moved in second discussion. I call on order from Ward 5.
Thank you, Madam President. On Thursday, May 1st, 2025, the City Service and Environmental Policy met, and we would like to favorably recommend this item. Residents of this section of 4th Street attended the meeting and described the importance of having the area in front of their home designated as a residential parking zone. They described concerns with people parking there for long term and obstructing their home, including access to additional parking and blocking their driveways. I urge colleagues to favorably support this item. Thank you, Madam President.
Any further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Consent the item passes.
Thank you, Madam President. Continuing under City Services and Environmental Policy favorable, I move items 16, C, D, and E. C, resolution of the Board of Alders authorizing the mayor to accept funding from the Connecticut Department of Transportation as part of the Transportation Alternatives Program grant for the execution of the Church Street South Promenade project. D, resolution of the New Haven Board of Alders authorizing the mayor to accept funding from the Connecticut Department of Transportation as part of the Transportation Alternative Program grant and acquire property interests required for the execution of the Mill River Trail North project. And E, resolution of the New Haven Board of Alders authorizing the mayor to accept funding from the Connecticut Department of Transportation as part of the local transportation capital improvement program for the execution of the Orange Street Safety Improvement Project.
Second.
The items have been moved in second discussion. I call on order from Ward 5.
Thank you, Madam President. On Thursday, May 1st, 2026, City Service and Environmental Policy met, and we would like to favorably recommend these items. This funding from Connecticut Department of Transportation will use the complete work on Church Street South Promenade, Mill River Trail North, and the Orange Street Safety Improvement Project. I urge colleagues to vote favorably to support and accepting funding from the state for these projects. Thank you, Madam President.
Any further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Consent the item passes.
Thank you, Madam President. Continuing under City Services and Environmental Policy favorable, I move item 16F, Resolution of the New Haven Board of Alders authorizing the mayor to sign a maintenance agreement with the Connecticut Department of Transportation for the Townsend Avenue raised crosswalk.
Second.
The item has been moved and seconded. Discussion. I call on order from Ward 5.
Thank you, Madam President. On Thursday, May 1st, 2022, City Service and Environmental Policy met, and we would like to favorably recommend this item. The state requires municipalities to maintain improvement made to state road. The Townsend Avenue race crosswalk maintenance agreement with the state. I urge colleagues to vote favorably to support this agreement. Thank you, Madam President.
Any further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? The item passes. Resolution.
Thank you, Madam President. I move item 17, Health and Human Services favorable resolution from the New Haven Board of Alders authorizing the mayor of the city of New Haven to apply for and accept a best practices in tobacco control programs grant for $1,800,000 from the Connecticut Department of Public Health for the period from December 1, 2025 to November 30, 2028, and to execute, acknowledge, implement, and deliver any and all such documents that may be deemed necessary or appropriate in this regard.
Second.
The item has been moved and seconded. Discussion. I call on order from Ward 7.
Thank you, Madam President. On Tuesday, April 29th, 2025, the Health and Human Services Committee met. We voted to favorably recommend this item to approve the approval of this item to apply and accept best practices in tobacco control programs grant for the award amount of $1.8 million from the Connecticut Department of Public Health for the period of December 1, 2025 to November 30th, 2028. We heard from the New Haven Health Department, which is requesting to pursue the best practices in tobacco control grant award to implement tobacco control programs that will reduce the rate of commercial tobacco use in New Haven and the greater New Haven region through tobacco cessation and by promoting smoke-free living to reduce exposure to secondhand smoke. The administration and services connected to this grant will be provided by the New Haven Health Department. We support the approval of this item, applying for and accepting a best practices in tobacco control program grant for the award amount of $1.8 million and ask for full board's approval. Thank you, Madam President.
Any further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? The item passes. Resolution.
Thank you, Madam President. I move items 18, A and B, tax abatement favorable. A, order concerning real property taxes of Michael Stallings on motor vehicle tax accounts 94549, 94550, 98820, 98821, and 98822. And B, order concerning real property taxes of Ralph Summer on motor vehicle tax accounts 97512, 97513, 97500, and 97501.
Second.
The item has been moved and seconded. Discussion. I call on order from Ward 16.
Thank you, Madam President. For item A, Mr. Stallings has 4 car accounts that no longer belong to him. The tax abatement met on April 22nd and voted to forgive the interest on these accounts. Additionally, the tax abatement voted to reduce the tax account to $118.98 since the car was sold during the tax year. So I ask that this item be approved. Item B, the tax abatement committee, during the same meeting, met with Mr. Semmer, who showed up and informed that he was too poor to pay his outstanding accounts. And so the committee voted to forgive the interest and to lower the account to $184.48. I also ask that this item to be approved. Thank you.
Any further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? The item passes.
Thank you, Madam President. Under miscellaneous, I move item 19 as a motion to discharge from the chair of the Automatic Affairs Committee, submitting a motion to discharge from the committee from consideration of the following legislative matters and to take them up for immediate action. A, order of the New Haven Board of Alders approving the reappointment of Rebecca Corbett to the Affordable Housing Commission. B, order of the New Haven Board of Alders approving the reappointment of Elias Estabrook to the Affordable Housing Commission. C, order of the New Haven Board of Alders approving the reappointment of Jamie McPhail Myers to the Affordable Housing Commission. D, order of the New Haven Board of Alders approving the reappointment of Joshua James to the Board of Assessment Appeals. E, order of the New Haven Board of Alders approving the appointment of Shara Shakira to the Environmental Advisory Council. F, order of the New Haven Board of Alders approving the appointment of Mary Woolsey to the Environmental Advisory Council as an alternative member, as an alternate member There we go. G, order of the Mayor Board of Alders approving the appointment of Matthew Watson to the Board of Ethics. H, order of the Mayor Board of Alders approving the appointment of Kimberly Hedrick to the New Haven Parking Authority. I, order of the Mayor Board of Alders approving the appointment of Paul Bloom to the Peace Commission. And J, order of the New Haven Board of Alders approving the appointment of Stephen Orhiles Noguera to the Youth Commission.
Second.
The item has been moved and second. Discussion on the motion to discharge only. I call on order from Ward 13.
Thank you, Madam President. The committee met on May 8th. Unfortunately, we did not have a quorum. That is why we are asking for it to be discharged and voted on this evening. Thank you.
Any further discussion on the motion to discharge only? Seeing none, all in favor of these items to discharge, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Item discharge is submitted.
I move these items, Madam President.
Second.
The items have been moved and second. Discussion. I call on order from Ward 13.
Thank you, Madam President. I move to amend by substitution this order with the order before the board tonight.
Second.
The motion has been made and second. Discussion on the motion. I call on order from Ward 13.
This amendment changes Mrs. Secovia's appointment from a regular member to an alternate member. Thank you.
Any further discussion on the motion? Seeing none, all in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? We are now back to the item as amended. I call on order for Ward 13.
Thank you, Madam President. The Aldermanic Affairs Committee met on May 8th, and we would like to favorably recommend these appointees. I urge colleagues to vote favorably to support these appointees this evening. Thank you, Madam President.
Any further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Ayes have it.
Thank you, Madam President. Move item number 20, motion to discharge the chair of the Finance Committee, submitting a motion to discharge the committee from consideration of the following legislative matter and to take it up for immediate action. Order of the New Haven Board of Alders authorizing the Board of Education to enter into a multi-year agreement with Aptg Incorporated to transition to their two-way communication software platform, desktop and mobile, website hosting, content migration, alerts, rooms, newsletters, support service, and training from April 8, 2025 to June 30, 2028.
Second.
The item has been moved and seconded. Discussion on the motion to discharge only. I call on order for Ward 25.
Thank you, Madam President. The Board of Education requests that this item be voted on right away so the vendor may install and launch the new system by July 1st, 2025. I request the board approve this discharge so this body may act on this item this evening. Thank you, Madam President.
Any further discussion on the motion to discharge only? Seeing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Item discharge is approved.
I move the item.
Second.
The item has been moved and seconded. Discussion. I call on order for Ward 25.
Thank you, Madam President. The Board of Education requests authorization to enter into a 3-year contract with Aptg Incorporated. This firm will provide a software platform that will manage communications among teachers, administrators, parents, and students. The Finance Committee heard this request on May 12th and reminded representatives from the Board of Education that the Board of Alders expects more timely submission of contracts for approval. Committee members were pleased to learn that this multi-year agreement will lock in a favorable rate structure that will provide savings over other systems reviewed. I urge colleagues to vote in support of the motion to approve. Thank you, Madam President.
Any further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Ayes have it.
Thank you, Madam President. I move to suspend section 24-1-A of the rules of the Board of Alders to conduct further business.
Second.
The item has been moved and seconded. Discussion. Seeing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Ayes have it.
Thank you, Madam President. On unanimous consent, I ask you to see item number 21 from Michael Massey, submitting an order to the Board of Alders concerning assistance with tax account numbers 81783, 81802, and 699664.
Is there anyone going to deny the consent seeing none, Mr. George?
I move the item.
Second.
The item has been moved and seconded. Discussion, I call on order for Ward 16.
Thank you, Madam President. This gentleman is willing to pay his taxes in full. However, he needs help with the interest, and we can make that will bring his taxes up to date, paying $338.48. I urge your support. Thank you.
Any further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Item passes. Mr. George.
Thank you, Madam President. Under miscellaneous, I move item number 22, motion to amend a matter previously adopted from the chair of the Tax Abatement Committee, submitting a motion to amend LM-2024-0577, ordinance on real property taxes of Denise Carr on tax accounts 58045 and 89101 to extend expiration date to May 31, 2025.
Second.
The item has been moved and seconded. Discussion, I call on order for Ward 16.
Thank you, Madam President. This is just an extension to provide this constituent another week or so to pay their taxes in full. Thank you.
Any further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Item passes. Mr. George.
Thank you, Madam President. I move to close suspension of section 24-1-A of the rules of the Board of Alders to conduct business.
Second.
The item has been moved and seconded. Discussion, seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Item passes. Before a motion to adjourn is appropriate, I will now call on points of personal privilege. I will now call on order for Ward 22.
Thank you, Madam President. In recognition of Men's Health Awareness Month during the month of June, the Dixville Q House Advisory Board, Cornell Scott, Hill Health Center, and our partners will be hosting, Alder Douglas actually, will be hosting a community health walk on Saturday, June 7th at the Q House at 10 a.m. This community day, this health day will include free health screens, free food, and activities for kids and adults. The day will go from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. So bring them in because we're really trying to help our men focus on their health. Okay? It's very, very important. So bring them in, any community resident, but specifically our men, to do our 1 mile walk through the community of Dixville. You might learn a little bit of history about the Dixville community. We're also going to have a community workout session right after the walk along the line dancing. So I challenge everyone here to make sure that you have someone from your ward come out and participate in this day because it's so very important as we have to pay close attention to our health. Thank you.
I will now call on order for Ward 14.
Thank you, Madam President. I invite colleagues to join me in congratulating our colleague, Alder Smith, on graduating from the Yale School of Management today.
I will now call on order for Ward 17.
Thank you, Madam President. On June 6, 2025, from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. at the Lighthouse Carousel, Nathan Hale is celebrating their 100th year anniversary, 100th year celebration. Nathan Hale is 100 years old. Please join us for a night filled with celebration, celebrating our school with student performances taking place from 5 to 5:30. Additional info is listed below. Thank you, Madam President.
I will now call on order from Ward 2.
Thank you, Madam President. Also, on the same day as the men's walk, we are having the annual White Central Management Team Kids Festival held at the Amistad School. That starts at 1 o'clock. The president that day. So bring the kids out. Absolutely. Thank you, Madam President.
Okay, before I call back on order from Ward 22, I think we got another graduate in here also from Ward 16. Congratulations on graduating. Ward 1 as well, even though she's not here, but we appreciate all graduates because everybody graduated. That was really, really great. It's important, right? It's really important. We should celebrate that. And now I'll call on order for Ward. No. Okay. Are there any more points of person? Oh, I call on order for Ward 29.
Thank you, Madam President. I think we should stand for our colleague Adam Marshawn and Madam President for having 25 years at Yale University.
Are there any more points of person? No, seeing none. A motion.
So move.
Motion has been made and seconded. All in favor,
Aye.
Anybody want to say negative? So we are adjourned, thank you. Can I please the order from Ward 6 and Ward 8 have a closing agreement?
Oh my God, you know what? And thank you.